believe what you said about him. Cold and withholding.
Put that stuff down. Put those pictures down or I'll have you arrested for withholding evidence.
Actually, he offered withhold a vital piece of evidence from the
Congress withhold funds.
It appears Wright withheld a tape.
To withhold information.
Just to clarify, are you saying you're withholding my narcotics?
What was it you were withholding?
I will withhold a verdict pending a medical report.
Given as reward for work or withheld as punishment.
Withholding information from the president.
Their names are being withheld until notification of next of kin.
I can't believe he's gone.
I can't believe what you said about him. Cold and withholding? You had to tell everybody?
Why don't you just take a swing?
How to leave the theater?
Well, what's a great idea? Can't a man go out and have a drink? To you, please.
I've got to see Miss Dawson. I'm just leaving, sir. Can I go through, please?
Oh, very good.
No way for public television.
Fuck you, Mackie. I'm getting out of here.
Put that stuff down. Put those pictures down or I'll have you arrested for withholding evidence.
Is that right? All right.
It is that I hope to give up selling cars and retire into the country. Actually, he offered withhold a vital piece of evidence from the inquest if I made it worth his while. I only want to see...
Forces violated the neutrality of neighboring countries, made Congress withhold funds. Funds which Esperanza is accused of replacing by going into...
A Dustin Wright.
A Dustin Wright.
It appears Wright withheld a tape to make a
Political point about the potential for error in cap...
Yes, please.
I think you withheld information. I think you saw the two men in the murder house.
Until we're in Los Angeles post-show.
Just to clarify, are you saying you're withholding my narcotics?
You made a huge tactical error, and now I'm in control.
Polygraph. What was it you were withholding exactly?
Over to the hospital this afternoon for a psychiatric evaluation. I will withhold a verdict pending a medical report.
Son of a bitch, day in, day out, the same goddamn thing.
The only viable currency is food, given as reward for work or withheld as punishment. In the grim economics of the aftermath, there are...
It's incredible. Withholding information from the president.
A security man found a copy of one of our intercepts and...
Unfortunately, all were killed in the subsequent crash of the plane, and their names are being withheld until notification of next of kin. We switch now to our live-action reporter at the federal court.
Vasily will be calling. We are grateful for your work, but in this case, we need to withhold payment. There is a second job.
No.
Nothing to worry about. So, would you ever withhold your work from the public out of rage?
No. I'm not like my father.
You are. Dr. Rice, I don't know what they can do to a psychiatrist who withholds information, but I can promise you this for a fact. You're going to end up...
Rachel, you're testifying under oath. It is unlawful to withhold pertinent information.
Describe to the court your innermost feelings.
Against the right of reporters to withhold the names of their sources before a grand jury. And it gave the power to the government.
I want to offer my apologies. I withheld from you that to which you have a right. That was wrong of me.
I'm a sworn officer of the law 24 hours a day, and neither formality nor informality justifies you withholding evidence of crime from me, except, of course, on
Arrest Jake.
Good news.
Withholding evidence, extortion, accessory after the...
Well, they're mad as snakes, the Yanks. But what about this £50 a month you're withholding from his royalties? What is the explanation for that?
You may remember that when Mr.
Go ahead, talk. I'm listening.
You purposefully withheld information concerning a case under my investigation.
Yeah, damn right I did.
Careful, Ray. She's...
What's trouble?
I don't know.
Purse was withheld. Look at this. Purse was withheld pending DA's probe. Look at that.
You're scientists. What's up, a scientist? It is reckless, immoral, and unethical for you to withhold fine from us.
Rachel Manis may have the answers to life and...
They, like the earlier secret decision to bomb, was withheld from the Cambodian people.
We were here at the top of our lungs.
In order to live. Should we withhold the medicine? No! We are not wrong.
Continually be led into situations where you deliberately withhold your plans from me. Why else?
You never complained about my...
Auto-docking sequence withheld.
Override.
Unauthorized.
How do you want me to answer that, Mr. Kernler? Let me ask you this. What possible reason might I have to withhold it?
Well, perhaps because of the nature of its content.
If anyone should find it and withhold it from me, I will be a...
Would you have helped me if you knew I was a thief?
You lied to me when you asked for my help.
Well, technically, I withheld.
City took the lives of more than 25 people.
The names of those who died pending notification.
No group has yet stepped forward to take responsibility for the blast. Authorities are refusing to comment other than to say...
Pages that were never in the book before. You withheld clues and information that made it impossible for us to guess who did it.
A few words of my own. I have never wanted to withhold anything. But until now, it has not been constitutionally...
One thing has been withheld from you, Tribune. I confess.
The report this morning.
Have you notified his family yet?
No, we've been ordered to withhold all casualty notifications until after Christmas.
Well, his band is broadcasting tomorrow. We can't let Mrs. Miller...
This report you've been compiling will detail how you endangered his life, withholding vital information as you did. Sir.
The prosecution is not calling the defendants to account for violating constitutional guarantees or withholding due process of law. The prosecution is calling them to account...
No problems. This isn't pots and pans. This is a precise business. I'll write them a letter.
They're withholding payment.
Sure, so would I. So would you. I wouldn't worry about it.
Time deemed suitable and safe, I shall dispense to earth. Other portions I shall withhold. And in this I shall be answerable exclusively...
Out from this day forth, withhold the hand of friendship and deny your love to Jane Eyre.
You're lucky, I think it's water.
There's a law against withholding information. You know that, don't you? You could go to jail.
But I tell you, we had the radio on.
Give the gentleman his arm back, or I shall be forced to withhold grooming for a week.
Notice from the IRS, he was an immigrant. Didn't know much English, even less about withholding tax, and he went bankrupt, lost his store.
I knew now had been. I knew knowledge would never be withheld by Armand. It would pass through him as through a pane of glass.
Cooperate?
Have I withheld anything?
Certainly the fact that Harry Duncan tipped you off to Bishop's...
Affair? Let's talk about that, Miss Watson. You don't believe in withholding, do you?
No. I do, however, believe in good manners.
Would you take him and you lock him up for withholding evidence?
Come on, move! Put him with his friend!
I have to tell the authorities. I know the law, okay? But I don't want to be withholding. I'm very serious about this process. And I know where you live.
Oh, and I see. Addictive, bitter woman. She's been withholding marital favors from Gunther for many, many years, and now she's out to ruin him.
And she's using you to get to her.
And she's using...
The old man had always thought her as feminine, and as something that gave or withheld great favors.
Thomas withheld this for reasons you've already mentioned. I thought he meant her.
Jack has caused all this and you can't even fix it.
Well, we never did know the full story. The Americans withheld information.
You monkey with the universe.
Whatever information they request, any hesitation, any withholding of information can have the most tragic